Morning. I've just got to the station, so I'm just waiting for Monty to come pick me up. But it is frosty this morning, like so cold. So yeah, kind of hoping that it does warm up a little bit. It's going to be -2 tonight, so it'll be a cold hammock for me. So it'll be interesting to see how much it holds up. So just to catch you up on earlier, I got the overnight coach this morning, well technically last night, from Milton Keynes to Glasgow, and then I got the train closer to where Monty was collecting me, and then we were going to go and camp up in the Campsies. We did drive all the way up to the spot that we intended to go to, but there was no parking. I was also very glad that Monty was driving because it's so icy up there, and if anyone knows me, they know I don't do well with driving and ice. But we're going to another spot now, which we've got parking, so we know we'll be able to find the spot. Yeah, looking forward to it. Right, there we go. Got the right angle. Yeah, so Monty and I are having a debate because somebody forgot their...
You're having a debate. I'm giving you the answer.
Somebody forgot their under blanket, and I was saying, well, we've both got like these hybrid ones, so they can be a bivvy or a hammock. And I said, why don't you just try it without the under blanket?
No, you don't. Back me up, experienced hammockers. You do not go camping in winter without an underquilt. You just don't. You're dealing with convection.
So then he said, why don't I take you under blanket? And I was like, nah.
Exactly.
So
no, it's safe. You don't risk it.
We need to get Monty out on his first hammock though, because he's going to bivvy it tonight, which will be interesting. The moment we got to the wild camp spot, we started setting up our hammocks ready for the night. These hammocks are new to both of us, so it was a learning curve, working out how everything goes together, what needs to go where. There were instructions. Did we look at them? Not until the end. So we made our jobs a lot harder. But yeah, we were just kind of putting up the hammock, so I'll leave you with that. So I've just set up the Crewer hybrid hammock slash bivvy. So on the ground it's a bivvy, in the trees it's a hammock. So skied out. This I haven't done to the best of my ability, but the tree size and split isn't great. So yeah, the hammock set up. Obviously got the outer in, and if you go this way, you've got an epic sunset going on. So yeah. So tonight's sleep system is the Crewer hybrid. So this can be pitched as a hammock or as a bivvy. And so obviously tonight I've got it pitched as a hammock. I've put the outer on, so you don't need to tarp with this because you have got the outer, which is nice and easy. It is more of a luxury tent setup in the sense that I wouldn't use this setup if I was hiking for ages because it is quite heavy. But if you're doing quite a short hike to the campsite or the wild camp spot, then this is an ideal wild camp tent. So inside I've got my usual mountain equipment, helium 800 and the Thermarest X Therm. It is due to get to minus temperatures tonight. I do also have the Crewer mat and sleeping bag, but they're not designed for below 0 degrees, so I don't want to kind of risk it with the cold. I also have Monty here with me. Say hi, Monty. Who has the exact same setup, so we are crewing it out. Crewing it out.
Ah!
I literally did just think of that. Filled with the dad jokes there. Just getting my little chocky snack. I'm actually really hungry. All I've had so far is breakfast. So, starting to get hungry.
Oh, that was the same as you, but...
Get hungry.
You got one camp. This is, see all this? This is new. Oh geez, oh man, that was a close one. See, this is the... no, I've done it before, I've headbutted at a tree.
Remember that spiky thing. I literally hate when you get water down your sleeve. That's the worst feeling. That was a lot easier.
It's a good way to prepare for a cold water plunge though, is you put it on your wrists.
Yes.
That was a whole lot easier.
But I don't plan cold water plunging in my clothes.
Do you still get cold water shock, aye? Right. There's some people out there that naturally don't get it.
But you have to be really careful. I haven't done it since...
Unless you've got a heart problem, there's nothing to worry about.
September?
I would encourage like very young children or old elderly to do it, but unless you've got a, if you've not got a heart problem, nothing to worry about.
So, Monty and I, we're just discussing, I'm just picking up my hot chocolate, we're just discussing about our camps and what's our preferred camp. I thought I just missed my thing then. So Monty, say what you were saying.
You're asking a guy that's neurodivergent to say what we say. I don't have the work. What exactly was I talking about?
You were talking about the fact that, like me, you'll go car camping. Yeah.
All right, yeah. So if I'm going out camping, all depends on my mood and whatnot. So I vary my camping. It could be a camp next to the car, it could be a camp next to a loch, it could be a short walk like this one for example. You could probably do it in about 15 minutes if you're a good walker. It could be a long low level trek where you like trek hours into a glen, or it could be the top of a mountain. I vary my camps to keep it, you know, different and enjoyable. If I have a bad experience, like a number of bad experiences, I'll revert back to my easy camps and then, is it wane myself back in? Would wane be the word? Wane myself back in. So it's my camping is variable.
Yeah.
A lot of variety involved.
And that's what, so I was saying that when Monty was saying, oh, do you prefer it? And there's a lot of people that prefer to only camp in the hills or camp in the mountains and things like that. And I said, well, when I first started wild camping, I was very much that person. I only wanted to wild camp in the mountains and the hills because in my head, that's what was tolerated and that's what was allowed. And it was only sort of a year and a half into my wild camping journey where I allowed myself to kind of camp low down, stay in like forest, like in terms of wild camping anyway, and then start to car camp. Obviously, like campsites and stuff I've stayed at by myself for years now, so that I feel that's like a different kettle of fish altogether. But I think certainly when you're starting out, you're quite nervous to camp lower down because of stigma about like what the wild camping community say and things like that. But there are areas like this where you can't see us, you don't know we're here, you have to really
relaxed
look.
up here as well.
Oh yeah, true. In Scotland,
we can have fires.
yeah, we are in Scotland, so yeah, a lot more tolerated. But even there's areas in Wales that I've now camped in that are low down and again absolutely tolerated. You've just got to be really sensible about it. All sort of things like leave no trace. I personally don't normally do fires. I think I've said that plenty of times before. Monty does do fires. I let him take control of that. This does have a proper fire pit and he does bring in firewood from the shops as opposed to picking up wood and burning it kind of from the forest. But it's kind of really well looked after when he does it. I wouldn't do it because I'd probably set the place on fire. So yeah. Hello. So Monty's gone off exploring. I'm still pretty tired, so I am going to, I don't know it yet, set the fairy lights. I'm a stickler for fairy lights, what can I say? But my thinking is they should fit between these two trees, so that's what I'm going to do. Guys, they're set up. Smoke!
Very saturated ground.
Very
saturated ground.
What does that mean?
It's very wet.
Oh. No, I know it means it's wet, but what does that mean for the fire?
It's going to be a bit of a heat sink, so the fire's going to die quicker because it's losing heat through the ground. So, but what I like to do is I like to smother the fire, then the heat drastically builds up at the bottom, and then as you can, that's all wet wood. And you cook it.
How do you stop the fire? So I've seen it in the past where people have accidentally let it go underground. How do you stop that from happening?
Certain forests, and I imagine trees and environments have a predisposition of being susceptible to those underground fires.
Yeah.
Like up at Loch Morlock and Loch Anoani up at Aviemore, they're just no fire zones. I think it's to do with more the type of trees, and I'd imagine because that's quite north, central, eastern, so there's like less precipitation there, so I'd imagine like the ground's potentially drier. Unlike right now, you're in the central Scotland, kind of on the edge of the western eastern belt. It's I don't know the answer to that really, but I just know that some forests are more susceptible to going up in flames because of like the fire trickling underground.
Yeah.
This one, I've heard of forest fires happening here, but I don't know if it was because of the the fire digging underground or if it was just some reckless moron. But if you look at the size of that, it's a deep fire pit. It's been through the walls and nothing's happened as of yet. It's been here for a long time, so I've bumped into firemen in this area and they've got no issues with that. They never said don't have a fire or that.
Why does my thing look like a freaking Like I'm sorry, you know the thing that roams Mars?
Oh, like a rover.
No, no, no.
Did that no die recently?
You can't see it very well, but Monty and I have gone for a little nighttime walk to find the stars. And in the meantime of finding stars, we found the frost, and it's super pretty. So lots of little pretty bits to see. So Monty and I got all the way back to the camp. Oh, so let's not blind everyone. Oh, there's a ditch there, be careful. Oh. I don't know where we're going. Where are we going?
That way.
Monty and I, oh, blinded, just got all the way back to the bit where we're camping. And I looked at Monty and I went, Monty, where's the saucepans? Monty, where are the saucepans?
The saucepans.
Frying pan.
The saucepans, the frying pans. They are at a location that we left about 15 minutes ago in the freezing cold.
So we are now trudging back through the dark wilderness of the long tall trees and frost.
Stabbed and impaled to death in the process. Now we've got an Alice in Wonderland archway to walk through and evil ducks. I don't like the sound the ducks are making.
All to retrieve the said frying pan, because what's the most important thing you do, Monty, when you go anywhere? What's the most important thing you do when you wild camp?
Cook.
No, you leave no trace, you donut.
Alright. In my defence, we're talking about frying pans and it's pretty important.
We went this way. You can see where we crossed everything. Oh, my leg. I don't know why we went back through the same way. There it is! Guys, we found the lost frying pan, spatula and sponge.
Like that!
Jesus.
On you go.
I did it! What the hell? He breathes fire. So tonight has been an interesting one, dealing with Monty's temper tantrums when he threw his food all over the floor just because it was taking too long to cook.
I didn't throw my food on the floor. That just happened. Get your facts straight, mate. I didn't throw my food on the floor. It tipped over. That is fake news. Cassie Trump. I shouldn't say your second name, should I?
No, don't say my second
Nah,
name, thanks.
just Cassie Trump. Right, go for it.
But no, it's been a really decent camp. Apart from walking all the way back to we're going to call it the Star Lookout because somebody decided that they weren't going to follow the Leave No Trace, so we had to go back and grab the Leave No Trace. That was not me, that was you. We delved through Alice in Wonderland looking for hidden forests, as you do. But no, it's actually quite cold now, so we're going to call it quits. I'm going to climb into my hammock, Monty's going to climb into his. I'm going to get changed for bed, and I'm not going to lie, I'm not that tired anymore, so I'm probably going to... It's raining!
I think it's just I think it's just dripping from the trees. I don't think it's actually raining. I think it's just moisture dripping from the trees.
So
They
yeah,
build
sorry.
up.
Got a little bit sidetracked there. But yeah, I'm probably going to read for a little bit on my Kindle because I'm now awake again. Fun times. But anyway, I'll speak to you in the morning. Night.
Night, if my face is in there. Might be. Right. We fucking gotta be kidding me.
So it was that cold when I woke up this morning. My laces are actually completely frozen. Like, I'll just show you. They're stiff because they're frozen, which is interesting to tie. Good morning. So that's just me leaving the hammock spot. The only thing with hammocking I find is it takes forever to put everything away, and to get everything like packed up because you don't have the comfort of your tent to roll things away or make them more neat and tidy, which is a bit of a pain. Last night's hammock was interesting. It wasn't my favourite hammock. It was quite cold, woke up with a lot of frost, and it wasn't like the design of the hammock wasn't quite working. So normally, like in a hammock, it hugs you, whereas it kept leaning to the right. So you had to be careful not to turn too much because you felt like you're just going to fall out. And no matter how many times I readjusted the straps, it didn't seem to change it too much, which isn't the best. Yeah. So we're just coming out of the forest. If you look this side, all that white is frost, like complete frost. But in the forest you wouldn't even know because it's so warm. No, the house is white. But yeah, it's super pretty. I'll show you it closer in a second.
But a big hit out that black ice U700 shell. It dealt with draft and convection very well, and normally with down sleeping bags, if they get wet, they aren't able to reach the heat.